We'll make it up to 81 in Blairsville, 87 in Rome, and over the next couple of days, well, that front not bringing us any temperature changes, but it will feel a lot better. So comfortably warm heading into the day on Friday, 86 degrees by Saturday, up to a high of 87. Here's a look at that 5-day forecast with the weekend always in view. Thursday, you'll still want to have the umbrellas close by just in case you get caught underneath the storm. Friday and Saturday look to be really dry, but then by the end of our weekend, early next week, we'll be tracking more rain and storms.
Ebony, thank you. Now, new developments. A judge dismissed a against the wife of a man accused of murdering his girlfriend and then burning her body. News Tom Jones has been following this case from the Tom's with us live in Clayton County, and the victim's relatives didn't agree with the judge's decision.
Justin, the cousin of Brianna Winston, told me that there's no judge here should have dismissed a charge of party to the crime of murder after all the evidence prosecutors presented.
She did allow her car to be used in the transport of Mr. Edwards when he murdered Ms. Winston.
Prosecutors laid out to a judge why she should find probable cause for party to the crime of murder for Brianna Phillips Edwards. Police say Phillips Edwards was in the car outside Brianna Winston's home when Mikhail Edwards went inside and strangled the mother of his daughter.
She told detectives that it was only for a few minutes and that she was sleeping.
Detective Tracy Moore says Phillips Edwards, who secretly married Edwards, later admitted they were there almost 2 hours. Prosecutors say Edwards took Winston's body to Tennessee, where he burned it with a friend. Detective Moore says Edwards told his wife in a jail call to have his brother burn a pair of shoes and gloves. Prosecutors say that's why Phillips Edwards should face conspiracy to a crime, tampering with evidence. The defense said Phillips Edwards was asleep in the car that night.
There's absolutely no way for her to have known that an argument was going to ensue and that he was going to kill her.
Kirby Clements asked the judge to dismiss the party to the crime of murder and the tampering with evidence.
They have established knowledge that those gloves or shoes were used in a crime.
Judge Latrivia Cates Johnson said it's clear Phillips Edwards participated after the murder, but not before.
There's no probable cause to party to the crime, so party to a crime is going to be dismissed.
Now Phillips Edwards hopes to get a bond on that remaining charge. Prosecutors say they will plan to take the party to a crime with murder charge to a grand jury in hopes of getting an indictment. We're live in Clayton County. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Police just released video of the man who stabbed a woman several times right outside of her home. We first brought you this story on Monday, and this is new surveillance video of the suspect that you're looking at right there, and this is who police are looking for. You can see some walking toward the victim's driveway there. Jeanette Sellers says the man appeared out of nowhere and then stabbed her multiple times. This happened May 14th on Oglethorpe Avenue.
It could have very easily have punctured any of my vital organs.
Her injuries, thankfully, were not life-threatening, but if you know who that person is in this video, you're asked to contact police.
A Norcross Christian school confirmed with Channel 2 Action News that 3 former employees had sexual relationships with students and staff. The sexual misconduct happened at the Greater Atlanta Christian School in the 1970s and 80s and early 2000s. Investigators say the grade levels of the students involved ranged from 8th to 11th grade. The school's president says the investigation began after they received a report of misconduct just last March. School leaders sent a letter to their former students that reads in part, "We apologize to the former students not only for any mistreatment by any adults at our school, but for those times when leadership did not manage these matters appropriately."
Rockdale County employees who have student loans could soon get some help understanding the student loan forgiveness process. The county is considering a partnership with a program that helps employees to better understand their debt and sets them up with federal and state repayment options. Rockdale County's Board of Commissioners will vote on this next week.
New developments in the Channel 2 Action News investigation into squatters taking over Metro Atlanta homes.
The system in itself appears to be broken to me.
Why that man says he still cannot get a man out of his house even after Georgia laws changed.
A Gwinnett County barbecue restaurant, it went up in flames, and investigators say it's because of a lightning strike. On Channel 2 Action News at 5, how customers have been showing their support all day.
Taking your pet to the vet can be expensive, especially in an emergency. Channel 2
Enjoy these two little bouts that we have of some slightly milder air coming our way. 70 the overnight low, showers and thunderstorms likely later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. And then for tomorrow, kind of hit and miss showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon as the cold front arrives. For this evening, not a whole lot happening out there. I don't really think we're going to see much this evening until we get into late tonight and then through the day tomorrow. Sunshine Friday, Saturday, increase in humidity brings in the thunderstorms for Sunday, Monday, and then some beautiful weather for next Tuesday and Wednesday. Christine?
All right, Jeff, thanks so much. Time now for a look at Skyfox traffic and the evening rush hour for you. We're keeping an eye on that semi-truck fire in Douglas County. It's on I-20 westbound at Fairburn Road. The fire is out, but crews are still working that scene to get it all cleared. At least 2 right lanes are blocked, causing heavy delays from Riverside Parkway. So avoid this. You can take Highway 78 as an alternate. We're also watching a crash in Dorr. Second right lane is still blocked on 85 northbound before Pleasantdale Road. Delays are back before Shallowford Road, so Buford Highway would be the best way to get around this. Well, scary moments inside a Florida jail as a driver looked right into the building. What they found behind the wheel still ahead. And a local couple decides to push against the Atlanta Water Department's refusal to adjust their bill. The Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowles shares their story and what happened next.
.gov/Atlanta. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. This hazardous weather outlook is for portions of north and central Georgia. For this afternoon and tonight, scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms are expected. Some storms may be strong. However, widespread severe weather is not anticipated. And now the extended outlook for the period Thursday through Tuesday. Scattered thunderstorms are expected on Thursday ahead of a cold front. Another cold front will bring more thunderstorm activity late in the weekend and early next week. Widespread severe weather is not anticipated at this time. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed through tonight. The current time is 4:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here are the 4 p.m. weather observations from around the area. The report from Atlanta was not available. Here is the official forecast from your National Weather Service for the Atlanta listening area. Tonight, partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the upper 60s. Light southwest winds. Chance of rain 40%. Thursday, mostly sunny with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-80s. West winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday night, clear. Lows.
Have put the puppies up for adoption is because of the cost of care for the dog. And I want to tell you, this is a problem for so many people because the cost of taking a pet to a veterinarian or, worst case, after hours facilities can be backbreaking. And you may not be able to afford it, but the thing you should know is there's such enormous price differences from one vet place to another or one after hours place to another. Many of these are owned by big corporate entities from Wall Street that run the prices way up and may have treatment done to your pet that your pet doesn't actually necessarily need to have. So that's why you need to shop around when the problem is the cost is way past what you can afford. One other thing, if there's a veterinary medicine school near you, you may be able to get care much more affordably at that school. I'm Clark Howard.
So after a couple of failed attempts, the Boeing Starliner soared into space today. For the first time, this capsule transported 2 astronauts to the International Space Station, and it left Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida this morning. It's a 25-hour flight, we understand. Aboard, 2 veteran NASA astronauts, Barry Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams.
They've been going through all the design meetings. They've gone through all the simulators.
The mission's about 4 years behind schedule. It was repeatedly grounded by software glitches, fuel valve, and parachute issues.
We have of rain moving out, and I'm tracking our next cold front that will move in. And while we're not going to see a big temperature change, we'll get some rain, and then we're expecting some much drier air to move in.
A nonprofit in Gwinnett County that trains service dogs had a special gift for a local veteran who was wounded in combat. How these dogs change lives.
And next, stopping squatters who are taking over Metro Atlanta homes. But new laws to stop that aren't working for everyone.
Where people who can scam the system are getting away with stealing property from honest, hard-working people like myself.
Why some homeowners are still dealing with months-long court battles to get their homes back.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I feel amazing.
Next live, Method Man plus author James Patterson and Jordan Davis performs.
Tomorrow at 9, sponsored by John Foy and Associates.
We're celebrating 40 years of Bon Jovi. Look at that hair. You just have great hair.
Still have it.
Don't brag. Next, Kelly.
Tomorrow at 10.
Correctly. A fee credit. Maybe you overpaid. There's a leak credit. It's a partial refund if a homeowner repairs a leak. And finally, a meter leak. But nothing, he said, covers a broken city water meter.
Let's say that what the person who did do the inspection from the department, what that person concluded was the meter is broken. It's not leaking, but it is not working correctly. Which of these four, or that's just too bad for the customer?
Tracy Hatchett represented the city of Atlanta in that April hearing.
We have not had that situation to occur that you're mentioning.
Until now.
After 2 months of consideration, Judge McBurney concluded the case had to go back to the appeals board. He wrote that the City of Atlanta's appeals board's decision to deny this homeowner relief is devoid of any factual findings or reasons for the ruling, or indeed anything that would support its conclusion. He went on to write that he wants them to send back specific record evidence underpinning the board's decision. He wants details. Mr. Williams was at first disappointed in the no decision, but then understood, he said, the judge wanted what he wanted, a reason for denying his appeal of a $12,000 water bill.
We wanted an explanation of how could we use $12,000 worth of water with no leaks. And the judge is saying, you got, appeals board, you got to explain this so I can do a review.
We called the judge's office, asked for a comment, did not hear back. The same with the water board, did not hear anything back from there either. And because the question remains for Mr. Williams, okay, when do I get an answer for this? That is unclear. So we don't know that yet. That's the question we have for them. But what is clear is we're still in the case, and we'll bring you updates as we get them.
Dana, thanks so much. After the break, caught on camera, a good Samaritan stops a woman from being caught back. See how he stepped in to stop the would-be criminal.
Fox 5 News is brought to you by Superior Plumbing. Call 770-22-PLUMB.
When I was your age, we never had anything like this.
What, Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that works all over the house, even the basement.
The basement? So I can finally throw that party and invite Shannon Barnes.
Dreams do come true. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi with Xfinity. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $35 a month for 12 months and get free Wi-Fi equipment included. Or ask how to save $1,000 over T-Mobile in your first year when you add mobile. Switch today.
The law office of Calvin Smith represents injured workers and car wreck victims.
Calvin Smith got me $1 million for my personal injury case.
Right after your injury, the insurance company is not part of your team.
When I was hurt on the job, I received $3 million from my case.
Law offices of Calvin Smith for the results that you deserve.
Tastes so good. Oh my God.
HelloFresh has made my life so much easier. They just have the most amazing restaurants.
In court to tie up Holmes' effort to get him out.
At this point, I am about to lose everything based on his shenanigans.
Holmes continues to have to fight this in civil court, even though more than a month ago now, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed the Squatter Reform Act, making it Georgia law that squatters be cited criminally and squatter cases be handled in a matter of days in magistrate court.
I know everybody thinks you can go in the house and squat and sit there. That law changed the other day. That law changed the other day.
Just last month, in another Channel 2 Action News investigation, we showed you how police in South Fulton were quickly using the powers of that new law on squatters.
All these fake leases, and I got receipts for this, and I rented this. Nope. That's over with.
We're basically putting these squatters on notice. The law has changed.
But most other jurisdictions are not moving so fast. DeKalb County Police tell us their attorney is still reviewing the new law. For Michael Holmes, this was another day in court without resolution. The judge saying she'd rule soon on the latest motions.
Here, we're in a position where people who can scam the system are getting away with stealing property from honest, hardworking people like myself. It's ridiculous.
Another judge back in January had ordered that alleged squatter to pay thousands of dollars in back rent, pay $1,500 monthly rent until this has been resolved. But Holmes says he has not received a dime of that. We did reach out to the governor's office today about this slow roll of the enforcement of this law, but haven't heard back. Reporting live in DeKalb County, Justin Gray, Channel 2 Action News.
Justin, thank you. And you know, it was just last month when we told you about police in Cobb County who are responding to more cases after those new laws went into effect. In March, we told you about a Lithonia neighborhood where squatters took over one property for more than 14 months. And in February, we told you about an Instagram account that allowed people to squat in Metro Atlanta homes for a one-time fee.
We have some breaking news. The Georgia election interference case involving former President Donald Trump is now on hold. The Georgia Court of Appeals issued a stay in this case here in just the past half hour. Right now, we have investigative reporter Mark Winnie in our newsroom going carefully through the ruling. He is speaking with a criminal justice attorney about what this could mean for the future of the case here, and we'll bring you that part of the story coming up on Channel 2 Action News at 5. Your weather team 2 keeping us ahead of storms moving into Metro Atlanta tonight.
Meteorologist Ebony Dion is in for our chief meteorologist Brad Nitz, live in Severe Weather Center 2.
And right now we're seeing a lot of sunshine, some late afternoon sun as we head out towards the airport. We're looking really nice. It's a warm 83 degrees right now. Winds are picking up the west at 14 miles per hour. Most of the rain that we've had around this afternoon pushing out of the area, but there's more to come. We'll see some showers and storms overnight into the day on Thursday, but Thursday a cold front will move in, and as a result of that, we'll have some drier air on the backside of it, giving us a nice break from the rain, but then that chance of rain will ramp right back up towards the end of the weekend. But we will definitely notice the humidity levels will drop. We'll have still some warm, humid conditions around for this evening, the start of Thursday, but it's going to be a lot more comfortable Friday going into the weekend. Temperatures will stay warm in the mid and upper 80s. I'll have another update at 5.
Millions of taxpayer dollars were wrongfully awarded as bonuses to senior officials in the Department of Veterans Affairs. Channel 2's George Estevez in our newsroom with details on the investigation now going on within the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Congressional held after the Inspector General revealed $11 million were misallocated last year. The investigation found 182 employees who were in bonuses received them anyway. VA Inspector General Michael Missel blames the handouts on a lack of judgment and accountability among senior leaders.
Awards range from nearly $39 million to over $100,000, with 7 that exceeded $100,000.
Only on Channel 2 Action News at 5 o'clock, the push now right here to prevent this from happening again. We'll see you for Channel 2 Action News at 5, Wendy.
All right, sounds good, George. Thank you. Now, new at 4 o'clock, the founders of a nonprofit in Gwinnett County say it's become their duty to help local veterans who have a disability. Channel 2's Barrett Peterson is live along Stone Mountain Highway. And Barrett, that nonprofit trains service dogs, which they then give to veterans in need.
Yeah, Top Dog Canine Foundation is hard work here at their headquarters. This all began back in 2011. They've trained more than 400 service dogs, and today they gave one to a man who served his country for 3 decades.
Much has been written about the relationship between a boy and his dog. Alan Baker can tell you about a man and his service dog.
For me, it's like
being with your best friend.
On this day, Alan visited Top Dog Canine Foundation in Lilburn. The nonprofit provides for veterans with disabilities.
Just introducing them to a dog that puts his head in their lap, that look into their eyes. And a lot of times the veterans say, it's like dogs are looking into my soul.
Alan has been through a lot. His 29-year military career was cut short when he was wounded by a sniper's bullet during Operation Desert Storm. He was hurt physically and emotionally. Several years back, he received his first service dog named Barrett. He says it helped change his life. But Barrett recently died. It was very hard on Alan, so Top Dog has trained a new friend for him, a friend that has an important job.
I don't give someone a $10,000 to $15,000 a couch potato for them to sit at home with. The dog's objective is to get them out of the house and get their life back.
Alan says this giant schnauzer named Czar is the perfect addition to his family.
There's no words in how much I appreciate these guys. Receiving a dog allows me to get out in the public and start living again.
It costs up to $15,000 to train a service dog for a veteran. To learn more about Top Dog, we have a link on our website, WSBTV.com. Live in Gwinnett County, Barrett Peterson, Channel 2 Action.
Some big-name retail stores will now require their employees to wear body cameras. They're trying to keep people from stealing all the time. You'll notice workers wearing them at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. Officials say the move is also to keep customers and employees safer. They did not share their policy on when those cameras are turned on, but a spokesperson did say it only shares video footage if law enforcement requests it or in response to a subpoena.
Deputies in Bartow County, they need your help identifying 3 people caught spray painting graffiti at a business. Now, take a look here. One suspect has pink hair, another yellow, and a third in the corner, possibly green hair. You can see the words "Society is" spray painted on the floor. This happened at the We Do on Highway 113 last week. So if you know who these 3 people are, please call the Bartow County Sheriff's Office.
Riddle.
Who knows?
An Atlanta metro area veterans returning to Normandy 80 years after taking part in the liberation of Europe. Channel 2 Action News at 5. What he'll be doing for tomorrow's big anniversary.
A local runner went from recovering from a heart attack to running in the Peachtree Road Race.
I promised the day I left the hospital, I promised all of them is that this will not happen again.
How he's hoping to inspire others with his story.
The Von Haessler Doctrine is extending. Now, we start at 3. Listen to the Von Haessler Doctrine weekdays 3 to 7 on 95.5 WSB.
On the next Cameron Hall, a daytime exclusive with Darius Rucker, from his rise as a famous frontman to confronting his own personal struggles that led to a recent arrest. A revealing conversation about his candid new memoir next Cameron Hall.
Tomorrow at 3, sponsored by Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Is it time to refresh the look of your old, outdated bathroom? At West Shore Home, we're experts in transforming bathrooms outdated to new and modern with our full bathroom remodel package. And with our limited time 1-week flash sale, you're going to be able to completely change the look of your bathroom in just 2 to 4 days while saving big. Call the number on your screen now to get your bathroom remodeling project started with our special 48 months, 0% APR financing. And on top of that, for anyone that calls in right now, I'm doing something special. I'm going to take an extra 20% off the cost of your bathroom remodeling project. To get started, just call the number on your screen. Choose from a variety of flooring options, including wood grains and stone composite patterns. Bathrooms are a high traffic part of your home, but everything is durable and waterproof, so it's going to look great for years to come. The toilets are comfort height with a soft closed lid, so you don't have to worry about waking people up in the middle of the night. And it's the same idea with a vanity. The cabinet doors have a nice soft close, and the countertops are a solid surface that are easy to clean and stain and scratch resistant. The last piece is the shower space. You're going to be able to choose from our new line of West Shore Home exclusive walls. You can't find these styles anywhere else, and they pair nicely with everything we're offering in the bathroom space. So, if your bathroom is looking run down and needs an upgrade, give us a call. With our 1-week flash sale, you can completely remodel your bathroom while saving big. Call the number on your screen to schedule your free, no-obligation design consultation with West Shore Home. They'll take your bathroom from old and outdated to new and modern in just 2 to 4 days. And with their 1-week flash sale, you can break up that project into lower monthly payments with 48 months of 0% APR. On top of that, for anyone that calls in now, they're going to take an additional 20% off all bathroom remodels. But you need to act now because this deal ends Saturday. This is an offer you do not want to miss out on. Lock in this limited time interest-free financing offer by scheduling a free, no obligation design consultation with West Shore Home.
We are now less than 1 month away from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race, and one man who's running is beyond grateful to still be alive to take part. New at 4 o'clock, Channel 2's Fred Blankenship shows us he's running for his family, himself, and to inspire others.
I flatlined for 2 minutes.
The fact that 52-year-old Wilson Fari is alive to share his story is remarkable. Without warning, about a year ago, Fari says he was pressure in his chest, numbness, and ear pain. He thought it was acid reflux, so he drove himself to the hospital.
I just had a heart attack there.
But it wasn't acid reflux. He had a massive heart attack, and he was gone for 2 minutes.
They had to do CPR, and then they used the defibrillator twice, and after 2 minutes, as a miracle, I came back.
After that brush with death, Fari is on a mission driven by the love of his wife and 2 daughters.
I promised the day I left the hospital, I promised all of them and said, this will not happen again.
After 6 months of cardiac rehab, Fari started off slowly with walks, then jogging a mile, then 2. His youngest daughter encouraged him by going to the gym with him. And then he built up to a 5K in Athens with his eldest daughter, who's a student at UGA.
I did it under 36 minutes after a heart attack. It was the first 5K after my heart attack. And I felt so accomplished that I said, wait a minute, I can do this.
Now he set his sights on an even bigger goal, running in the world's largest 10K, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race on July 4th, and tackling the infamous Cardiac Hill.
This message is what I came for, to tell people, if I'm able to do this race, and anybody can do it. It's just a matter of put here and then put something that you can get it done.
Fred Blankenship, Channel 2 Action News.
Breaking news here on Channel 2 Action News at Georgia election interference case involving former President Donald Trump is now on hold. Why the Georgia Court of Appeals just issued a stay in that case.
Plus, a former teacher is facing charges after he was seen putting his hands on a 7-year-old student. What his mother told Channel 2 Action News about the fallout from the incident.
It's about time.
True partner in my health, that my aches and pains aren't dismissed.
That my health needs aren't treated the same way
as mine.
With CenterWell, it's about time.
More one-on-one time.
Actually, 50% more time with my doctor.
So I can ask all my questions.
And get the answers I need.
Finally, I have a team of experts
taking a proactive approach
to help me be my healthiest. Schedule a tour today. CenterWell, it's about time.
WeBuyAnyCar.com. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself means dealing.
I'll give you half now. Okay, and this.
This is mine. Don't suffer selling your car on your own. Visit WeBuyAnyCar.com to see what your car's worth. We make it easy. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Nice.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
When you call my office, you get the power of over 40 lawyers and 200 support personnel.
I was sitting at a red light and a drunk driver turned the corner and hit me. My car spun around and it was like my life was flashing in front of me. A lot of people recommend the Ken Nugent Law Firm. You couldn't ask for a better attorney.
We're there to use our resources to develop and maximize your case.
Get the power, get the Ken Nugent Law Firm.
Use the power of my law firm. Remember, it's one call, that's all.
Breaking news, the Georgia election interference case is on hold right now. Why the Georgia Court of Appeals just issued a stay in the case involving former President Donald Trump and others.
New at 5 o'clock, a former teacher charged, accused of roughing up a 7-year-old at school. A surveillance camera captured it.
We as parents, we trust y'all to educate our child, not do what you did. You traumatized my son.
What the district is now telling us about what happened.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 5 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon. So glad you're with us. I'm Wendy Corona in for Karen Greer.
And I'm George Esteban. Again with that breaking news, the Georgia election interference case involving former President Donald Trump is now on hold. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie's in the newsroom now. Mark, you've been working on this since the news broke. This is a major development.
Yeah, as soon as we saw this order, we knew it was significant for one of those watch cases in America against former President Donald Trump and others. But because it was in complex legal terms, we turned to an expert. The order forwarded to us is short, but the implications are huge. For the election interference case, Manny Arora, who represented a defendant in the case who reached a plea deal.
Bottom line is the case is now stopped completely. The judge can't do anything else on it. The appeals court was going to take its time and decide whether Fani Willis should be disqualified and also whether the charges thrown out by the trial judge should be reinstated.
Up until this order, Fulton County Superior Court had been moving forward with other aspects of the election interference case that were not under appeal, correct? But now that stops too.
Yes, everything stopped because the Court of Appeals wants to look deeply into this issue. The disqualification issue, based on the underlying facts, is somewhat novel. And also, the judge threw out a couple of counts. The government is going to try to get those reinstated.
And Manny Arora indicated to us that everything is on hold in that case until the Court of Appeals rules on these issues. And we continue to stay on top of this case for you. For now, live in the newsroom, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
And we've been covering the Georgia election interference case from the very beginning. The former president and 15 other defendants are accused of a wide-ranging scheme that would have overturned the results of the 2020 election here in Georgia. Among the allegations in the RICO case, a conspiracy to use false electors to claim then-President Trump won the election in Georgia. Count on Channel 2 Action News, as Mark said, also WSBTV.com for the latest developments.
Now, new at 5 o'clock, an elementary school teacher resigned while under investigation, and we just obtained exclusive video that shows the teacher slamming a 7-year-old boy against a wall. The mother says he's injured and traumatized. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live in front of the school where this happened. Ty.
Wendy, this incident happened back in March here at Redan Elementary, and the arrest warrant did not get filed until a month later. And the mother of that student blames school administrators. She says they dragged their feet, and she says they even let the teacher back in the classroom the next day until they saw the video. There's no sound with this video, but it shows an art teacher at Redan Elementary School in DeKalb County grabbing a 7-year-old boy and slamming him against a wall. That student's mother said she just transferred her son to the school 3 weeks before the incident. Once she saw the video, she says it made her sick.
I was heartbroken. Like, I can't watch the video again. Like, I can't see it again. To know that he was done that way and I wasn't there to at least pick him up out the ground.
When it first happened back in March, the mother says the teacher, Anthony O'Brien, told her a different version of what happened. She says he claimed he was trying to stop her son from hitting another student, so the mother wasn't upset until she saw this video and spoke to the teacher. She said he apologized and said he lost his temper because he was overwhelmed with too many students.
They're 1 to 30. They're 1 to 30. And he was basically, they can't handle the volume of kids that they have. And he was aggravated.
A district spokesperson said the teacher was placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of an internal investigation. While the investigation was underway, the teacher resigned. Police arrested O'Brien a month after this happened and charged him with simple battery. He bonded out the next day.
A simple battery was too light of a charge. That's a 7-year-old child. He should definitely be charged with a felony, and he should serve time.
That mother told me that her son was diagnosed with autism back in 2019, and when she enrolled her child here at Redan Elementary 3 weeks before the incident, she says she told them all about his diagnosis, but she says they did not tell the teacher. I'm working on that part of the story for Channel 2 Action News at 6. We're live in DeKalb County. Taisha.
Now let's get to the latest on the water crisis in the city of Atlanta. Water is flowing again. That's good in parts of Midtown, but the crisis isn't over. The water main break at 11th Street and West Peachtree Street in Midtown Atlanta has been fixed. However, the boil water advisory is still in effect for that part of the city. Today, Mayor Andre Dickens praised the job done by watershed management crews while also acknowledging mistakes made by his administration. We have live Team 2 coverage as the city of Atlanta tries to figure out what happened. We begin with Channel 2's Richard Elliott. live along 11th Street in Midtown. Richard, the mayor is now defending being out of town during the early hours of this water crisis.
He is. He says he was in constant contact with the city. Take a look at that hole. It's all patched up now. We just saw one of the crews leaving. Water is flowing. That's all good news. During the early parts of these water outages, the mayor was in Memphis, Tennessee for a fundraiser to meet with city officials there. But he insists, again, he was in constant communications with department heads here in Atlanta.
I have some good news, the news that we've all been waiting to hear.
A buoyant Mayor Andre Dickens delivered the news that the water was back on in Midtown 5 days after a series of major breaks caused major water outages all over Atlanta.
We mobilized the whole of government in an effort, a coordinated fashion, to ensure that we were able to seek the wellness of our citizens.
Dickens had come under withering criticism from some who thought he should have returned to Atlanta immediately from a fundraising trip to Memphis Friday. Dickens insisted constant communications with watershed management and other department heads the entire time he was away, and that he was back in town in less than 24 hours.
When you go away from town, you have COO, deputy COO, you still have a commissioner. You also have, almost 1,000 workers in the watershed management department. You have teams of people. So if the mayor of Atlanta can't leave for 24 hours at any time, that's a concern.
Dickens did acknowledge they should have done a better job keeping those affected by the outages informed with up-to-date dates, and promised to do better next time.
We do a better job of communicating that, and we promise that in the future we will.
So what happens now moving forward? The Army Corps of Engineers will begin an assessment on the city's infrastructure. FEMA, we've learned, is also getting involved, and Mayor Dickens will impanel a blue ribbon commission led by former Atlanta Mayor Shirley Franklin. We're going through all of that. We'll have more of that coming up on Channel 2 Action News at 6. We are live in Midtown Atlanta. Richard Elliott, Channel 2 Action News.
So many days covering this and affecting so many people. Richard Elliott, thank you. More details now on the water crisis. The first water main break was Friday at Joseph E. Boone Boulevard and James P. Brawley Drive in Northwest Atlanta. Thousands in Northwest Atlanta lost water from downtown to the west side, from Midtown to Southwest Atlanta. A boil water advisory put into effect and remains in place for some parts of the city. Fixing the city of Atlanta's aging pipes could take years and billions. Count on Channel 2 Action News to keep asking questions for you.
Emotional testimony today in the trial of a former police officer accused of kidnapping and murdering a teenage girl. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live at the Gwinnett County Justice Center. Tom, the victim's mother took the witness stand.
Yeah, Wendy, she spoke of her heartbreaking loss and her desperate efforts to locate her daughter after she vanished in July of 2022. Went by before her remains were finally found.
Maria Guadalupe Brand fought back tears as she testified in the trial. Accused of kidnapping and killing her 16-year-old daughter, Susanna. She said when her child vanished in July 2 years ago, she fought through sleepless nights and never gave up hope of finding her.
How many times did you go out and look for Susanna?
¿Y cuántas veces? Solo se me puede dar un estimado.
Todas las noches durante 7 meses.
Every day, every night. For 7 months.
Sadly, her daughter's skeletal remains were found in February of last year in some woods 20 miles away. Prosecutors say former Doraville police officer Miles Bryan abducted the teen after she left a friend's apartment. They say he attempted to rape her before killing her and dumping her naked body.
He abused the woman, and he used his badge and he used his position to satisfy his own sexual desires. He is a cop who turned into a killer.
The prosecutor said a handgun and flashlight were found next to the teen's body.
And so they wanted to know who it belonged to. And they found that it was registered to the defendant, Miles Bryan.
The day after the teen was reported missing, the ex-cop told his superiors someone broke into his car and stole his gun and wallet. The teen's cause of death hasn't been determined, and defense lawyers say there is only circumstantial evidence supporting the prosecution's claims that the former police officer committed murder.
But it's also...
The defense also said today that the ex-cop plans to testify in his own defense. Live in Gwinnett County, Lawrenceville, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
I'm tracking still a few showers and storms moving through our eastern counties where
expecting a nice dry break. I'll let you know. We'll see a full day, no rain in the area.
Up a barbecue restaurant went up in flames and a lightning strike is to blame. I'm Matt Johnson. Coming up, how customers have been showing their support all day.
Police have arrested a third person 2 years after a 24-year-old woman was killed. What the victims told Channel 2 Action News about the lengthy investigation. Live next.
Closed captioning sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
If it's breaking, it's on 2. Channel 2 Action News this morning. I'm Fred Blankenship.
And I'm Lori Wilson. Mornings move fast. Our reporters are the first to know, bringing you fresh, breaking information like no one else can.
The video, the emotion from people watching it happen.
We know you depend on us.
It's why we're everywhere live to prepare you for the day ahead.
Join us on Channel 2 Action News this morning every day from 4:30 to 7.
Yay, my wordle, my turdy wordy. Hello, booby, booby, boo.
Are you from the planet Goo Goo? Are you?
Oh, my baby boy. Does that feel good on your shell?
Trying to talk to your pet voice
Oh, hello.
is hard.
Hey, I'm in a meeting. Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you.
It's a cuckoo.
Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
Turtle, wordle, turtle.
Morgan & Morgan. The choice is easy.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
What really ruined everything? I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry. We got this.
Great. Well, let's stop her from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising. But at AquaGuard, we'll do a complete home inspection for free. So you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
It's bow time. Combine the bold taste of Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, and you get Bird Dog. Grab 2 for $5. Available for a limited time only. It's bow time.
New developments. The mother of a murdered woman got emotional today as she described the pain she and her family have endured since their daughter went out with friends and never came back home. Channel 2's Michael Saida, live outside APD headquarters. Michael, you first reported this on Monday night, but this is the first time we really heard from investigators on this.
And George, difficult and hard work. Those are some of the words that the detectives used to describe this murder investigation. This is an investigation that began in 2022. And finally, detectives say they have all 3 suspects in custody.
Just give me my daughter back. There is no doubt that these people had my daughter.
The mother of 24-year-old Alani Lenore got emotional Wednesday inside Atlanta Police Headquarters, where she joined homicide detectives to talk about the arrest of 31-year-old Steve Aboite, the 3rd suspect charged in her daughter's 2022 murder.
At this point, Stephen, if there's anything in you left that's human, to please just tell me where my daughter is, and we can lay her to rest.
Investigators with the Department of Natural Resources say it was just before 4:30 Friday afternoon when two game wardens spotted Aboite riding on a jet ski in a no-wake zone on Allatoona Lake in Bartow County. They suspected he was drunk, but when they asked him for his ID, investigators say he took off, but he didn't get very far. Aboite and Deontay Reynolds, who has been in jail since 2022, are both charged with murder. A third suspect, Nicholas Hendrickson, is also in jail. He's accused of helping dispose the young woman's body.
And with this case in particular, we were vocal. We talked to you guys, we talked to the community, and we did that in hopes of receiving tips, and we followed up on each and every one of those.
And of course, to this day, police have not yet recovered her body, but they said the work continues. They're asking for tips from the public. Of course, we know the family, they have hired a private investigator. They said they are not going to stop until they find their loved one's remains. We are live in downtown Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Shocking video shows the shootout inside of a DeKalb County gas station restaurant, and we do want to warn you before you see it. DeKalb County police say that it happened after an argument inside the Atlanta's Best Wings store on Covington Highway. The two gunmen were the only ones hurt. They remain in critical condition.
There's a guy laying on the ground. I just walked in to see if the wings or whatever out the store, and next thing I know, police just swarmed the place.
What the store manager saw moments before the shots that he says started it all. Channel 2 Action News at 6.
New developments today. The father of Donovan Thomas testified in the Young Slime Life trial about his son's murder and relationship with YSL. His father, Donovan Thomas Sr., talked about his son's involvement with YSL. Thomas Jr. died after a drive-by shooting in 2015. That was the start of a dispute between YSL and the group YFN. The trial has been going on for more than 6 months.
And some local workers, they are suing General Mills. Those employees who are black say that for 16 years, they've had to walk past a mural that depicted Stone Mountain's Confederate carving. This is at the company's plant in Covington. It features Sonny the Cuckoo Bird and Chef Wendell and Buzz the Bee as Confederate leaders. The suit says a group of white plant managers known as the, quote, good old boys, commissioned that mural in 2005. Channel 2 Action News reached out to General Mills. It said it has a long-standing commitment to diversity and that it does not comment on pending litigation.
4 suspects arrested in the shooting death of a 3-year-old boy are now indicted on murder and gang charges. The toddler was watching TV in his home in Athens back in March. Channel 2's Brian Mims is outside the neighborhood. Brian, the state attorney general says the suspects were targeting a rival gang when this happened.
That's right. The state attorney general had a news conference today saying those 4 suspects were going after that rival gang. They opened fire inside this mobile home park right here behind me called Hallmark, and a 3-year-old boy and his brother became innocent victims.
But tragically, Kyron didn't make it.
The mother of 3-year-old Kyron Zarko says her little boy was watching cartoons on March 8th when he was shot in the chest. A bullet also grazed his 9-year-old brother's leg.
Kyron's family says his last words were, "I have a hole in my heart." So too does his community after a tragedy like this.
4 suspects were arrested. 17-year-old Julian Cubillos, 22-year-old Desmontres Mathis, 18-year-old Dakias Eccles, and 16-year-old Jaden Brown. State Attorney General Chris Carr says they are members of a local gang called Everybody Eats. He says they went to the Hallmark Mobile Home Park to confront their rivals, known as the Red Tape Gang.
It's a pattern of violence that is unacceptable, and the people of Athens, Clarke County deserve better.
Neighbors told us the child's family no longer lives here. On Tuesday, a grand jury indicted the 4 suspects on charges of murder, aggravated assault, and violation of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act.
Criminal street gangs work to control, intimidate, and devastate our communities around Georgia, and as you have seen, harm innocent victims.
Since it started 2 years ago, the Attorney General's Gang Prosecution Unit has joined the Athens-Clarke County Police Department to indict 21 people.
To the Zarko family, we hope these indictments will bring some sort of relief and justice to your family.
The Attorney General says the 21 people indicted in the last 2 years were involved in shootings that killed 4 people, including little Zarko. Live in Athens, Brian Mims, Channel 2 Action News.
A judge just dropped a charge against the wife of a murder suspect. Why he says prosecutors can't prove she knew about the murder.
New developments in the trial of Hunter Biden. We're going to tell you what happened after his exes took the stand.
And extreme heat scorching the West. Wildfires are spreading. Severe Weather Team 2 timing out if this heat will affect North Georgia. That's next.
New investigations break on 2. We get problems solved, plain and simple. Every story gives you new insight and uncovers the real impact. See what's new at 5. Karen Greer, George Estevez, live on Channel 2 Action News.
We all know selling your home can be stressful. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home fast. No showings, no open houses, no stress. It's that simple. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and start packing.
Promise me you won't touch anything? Well, unless they ask me to. You won't. We're here at the Rooms to Go factory in Mississippi to show you just what it takes to bring our Drew and Jonathan furniture collection to life. From frame to fabric, it's all possible thanks to perfect harmony. It's how Rooms to Go delivers great quality at such an affordable price fast. So come see everything we're working on at Rooms to Go. He said he wasn't going to touch anything. I lied.
Sun is shining, it's a beautiful day. Wake up, sleepyhead, get up and play. Everything's yellow, it's a beautiful sight. Sunbeam showers makes everything bright. Come on now, let's get away.
Make every day brighter with the sunny southern goodness of Mayfield Dairy.
Stylish, maintenance-free, energy efficient. The best words to describe your windows and doors after working with Superior Pro. Through the end of the month, make no payments and no interest for 12 months. That's right, no payments and no interest on all windows and doors. Plus, all projects include a lifetime labor and materials warranty. Call today or visit SuperiorPro.com for a free in-home design consultation.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
26th birthday, Saturday, June 8th, and we're celebrating with $26 single-day passes. Only online or in person, Saturday, June 8th. So come on out to one of our parks or go online at fun-bot.com. When you buy 10, you get 2 free. That's right, 2 free when you buy 10. That's the best deal of the year. Saturday, June 8th. That's huge.
If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Forget about the painting and constant cleaning and all the hassle. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free. Receive the strongest cash and close in as little as 21 days. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
This local break on Channel 2 has been brought to you by Estes Heat, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical. For a limited time, Estes Services offers free second opinions. Visit estesair.com to book your appointment.
We are following this breaking news where part of I-20 is closed as crews clean up a big rig fire. You are looking live here from images from News Chopper 2 over I-20 westbound in Douglasville. This is just before the exit to Highway 92. We understand, and you can see there on the bottom of your screen, that only the left lane is open. Triple Team Traffic says that you can take Highway 78 or 166 to get around all of that. It's going to take clear up. We'll let you know when that happens.
More than 30 million people are in the path of dangerously hot temperatures in the West. But it's not the only dangerous weather the country's facing. Meteorologist Ebony Dion is live now in Severe Weather Center 2 tracking the weather threat. Ebony?
Yeah, a number of places under excessive heat warnings and heat advisories stretching from California over to Nevada all the way into parts of Texas and Arizona. 32 million Americans are on alert for dangerously high temperatures from Texas to California. Parts of the Southwest could top 110 degrees over the next couple of days. Those high temperatures fueling recent fires like this one in San Francisco's East Bay.
Usually we see the more intense fire activity in July, August, September, so we just want everybody to be prepared.
The nearby Corral fire has grown to 20 square miles, forcing residents to evacuate and others to lose their homes.
They left with the clothes on their back, and so...
and came home to nothing.
Came home to nothing.
Experts fear soaring temperatures could make the brush even drier, which could fuel future fires. And it's not just the heat that's sparking concern. In the Midwest, dangerous flooding along with powerful winds pummeled states from Minnesota to Texas. In Oklahoma, some drivers had to be rescued from their cars. And on Tuesday, parts of Iowa saw over 5 inches of rain. And back to those high temperatures, we could get as high as 112 degrees, or we could see that in Las Vegas, also around Phoenix, 105 in El Paso, Texas. We are not expecting to see that extreme heat around Georgia, but we are going to get some comfortably warm and drier days.
All right, Ebony, thank you for that. Now, Peach County deputies, they arrested a man after they found hundreds of pounds of marijuana inside the camper shell of his truck. Take a look. They say they found 453 pounds of bags. The street value estimated to be about $900,000. Police found it after a traffic stop on I-75. This guy, Jabin Zhang from Oklahoma, he's being held without bond.
A Gwinnett barbecue spot caught fire, and now we're learning why, the investigation, and how customers are rallying behind the restaurant.
New video could help police catch a man who repeatedly stabbed an Atlanta business owner. What we know about the brutal attack that could lead police right to the suspect.
Nashville Week continues with our Kane Brown exclusive. Plus, Katy Perry out, Meghan Trainor in her American Idol pitch.
Please consider me.
Next, ET.
Tonight at 7:30, sponsored by K&G Fashion Superstore.
Here are important signs everybody needs to know. Ready, blooper? This means strike. This means you're out. And this means if you're injured, get the upper hand and call the strong arm.
Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Is your house less than perfect? I'm Dan from Market Pro Home Buyers, and we want to buy your home. Don't make repairs, don't pay commissions. For a no-obligation offer, call 404-55915 or visit marketprohomebuyers.com.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. With the pulling power to prove it. Tow hitches of the world, prepare for glory. New 2024 Sierra heavy-duty models arriving weekly. Stop by your GMC dealer to make your selection. We are professional grade GMC.
From midnight tweets to drinking bleach to tear-gassing citizens and staging a photo op, we knew Trump was out of control as president. Then he lost the 2020 election and snapped, desperately trying to hold on to power. Now he's running again, this time threatening to be a dictator, to terminate the Constitution.
If I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Trump wants revenge, and he'll stop at nothing to get it. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Hey, Braves fans, here are a few important signs everybody needs to know. Ready, blooper? This means you're out. And this means if you're injured, get the upper hand and call the strong arm.
Proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Celebrate Dad on Father's Day at Family Food Fest Atlanta, Sunday, June 16th at the Georgia Freight Depot. Save $5 with promo code FAM2FAM. Family to Family and American Signature Furniture. Community coverage you can count on.
The 5 on Channel 2 is brought to you by New South Window Solutions.
Our customers want windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Stop here at New South Window.
This Saturday only, save 40% off factory direct windows and doors.
We still have a few showers and storms that I'm tracking across eastern areas of North Georgia, but for the most part, it looks like impacts to your evening plans will be on the lower side for the remainder of the evening. Now, overnight into the day on Thursday, we'll be watching out for more showers. By Thursday afternoon, I'd say a 1, fairly low impact. Not everyone will see the rain, but we will have a few scattered showers and storms developing along and ahead of a cold front moving through. It's behind that really going to usher in the beautiful weather conditions Friday on into the first half of our weekend. We are expecting dry days with no rain at all to speak of. So getting out and about by then, you are going to be in much better shape, but not too bad right now. Storm Tracker 2 HD radar tracking those showers and storms that are moving off to the east, still dealing with some areas of heavy rain within that. But from Atlanta and Gainesville off to the west, we are quiet and dry. All of that rain continues to make its way east. We're kind of fizzling out, but take a look at this heavy downpour in Madison County. Danielsville getting hit hard with some of that heavy rain on up towards Franklin Springs. And we're also tracking some small pockets of heavier rain now moving just to the east of Greensboro over been in the rain, and we still have a spotty shower, some storms just to our south. Now, for the rest of the evening, we'll continue to see partly cloudy sky, and then heading into the overnight period, we'll be watching showers and storms back out across Alabama developing, and some of those will start to move eastward. So as they do, we could see some storms overnight into the early part of the morning hours on Thursday, but it's this cold front that's going to be moving in that will bring some changes. Out ahead of it, it's still going to be very warm, very humid, and we'll notice some spotty shower and thunderstorm activity. Then by tomorrow evening, that front pushes off to the south, and we are going to get some much drier air to move in as winds shift to more of a northwesterly direction. Now, overnight, we'll still be on the warm side. Temperature down to 70 in Atlanta, 69 Calhoun, and we'll have upper 60s showing up around Griffin as well as Athens. Still pretty warm, 85 is right on track for this time of year. That's our average high. 87 in Rome. We'll top out at 81 in Blairsville, 86 in Eatonton. The next few days, although we're going to trend drier, not too much cooler. We'll still be in the mid and upper 80s for Friday into Saturday. We'll see loads of sunshine, but lower humidity. It's still going to be pretty humid through this evening on into Thursday. But once this frontal boundary pushes through, the air mass will become much more comfortable, and we are going to see some drier times. That should take us into the first part of Saturday. We'll notice the cloud cover increasing, but really not expecting the rain until Sunday. So the second half of our weekend, we will start to get a little bit wetter, and we'll see those chances for rain sticking around for Monday as well. 5-day forecast, weekend always in view. Scattered showers and storms still expected on Thursday. Front moves in, and then Friday and Saturday, those are going to be the better days of the week. We'll keep it nice and dry before rain returns for the end of the weekend.
All right, Ebony, thank you. Now back to the water crisis and a live look from News Chopper 2, where water is back on in Midtown after crews fixed that water main break at 11th Street and West Peachtree Street. However, a boil water advisory is still in effect for some parts of the city. The Georgia Environmental Protection Division will make the final decision on when that gets lifted. Crews also worked on another water main break in Northwest Atlanta yesterday. Construction caused this one Luther King Jr. Drive and Bakers Ferry Road. We brought this to you as breaking news on Channel 2 Action News at 4, 5, and 6 Tuesday. They say it was not related to the other water main breaks.
New developments. Customers of a popular Gwinnett County barbecue spot are hoping to be able to reopen soon after a lightning strike damaged the roof. Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson reports how employees helped get the customers to safety.
The customers have been stopping by all day at the Sonny's Barbecue in Lawrenceville to see their beloved restaurant up close and to wish the owner and the employees well. Firefighters quickly determined that a lightning strike hit the building and could keep the location closed here for months. Shirley Swink says she had to see the damage for herself at Sonny's Barbecue in Lawrenceville.
I hope they reopen.
One of her favorite restaurants is now closed because of the fire damage.
And we were just here Monday, so we enjoyed it.
It was Tuesday night, just after 8 o'clock, when firefighters say lightning hit the building on Duluth Highway.
I heard a pop, and all of a sudden, the lines that go into the building were just red, just solid red.
Employees helped usher customers outside to safety while firefighters tackled the fire that proved to be challenging at first.
Ended up having to put up a couple aerials because of the intense heat, and also because we had concerns of the power lines that were really close to the building.
By 8:30, the fire was out. Soon after that, investigators determined lightning sparked it. Most of the damage happened in the drive-through area at the back of the restaurant. Some are optimistic they won't be closed for long.
They'll open this place real quick.
If that's the only part and plus smoke damage, maybe they can get it done in maybe 6 months.
Even with customers inside at the time, along with employees, firefighters was injured. In Gwinnett County, Matt Johnson, Channel 2 Action.
Jurors heard from one of Hunter Biden's ex-girlfriends and his ex-wife today. The president's son is facing felony gun charges that he illegally while addicted to drugs. His ex-wife testified their marriage ended because of his addiction. But on cross-examination, she admitted she never actually saw him using drugs. Hunter Biden has admitted to his struggles with addiction, but in this case, the prosecution has to prove he was actually addicted at the time he bought the gun in 2018.
The mother of a man accused of strangling to death the mother of his child learned she will face one less charge in connection with this incident. I'll tell you what the victim's family had to say about that. That's coming up.
New at 5, 80 years after D-Day, a Georgia man will be back in Normandy. How he plans to remember the fight to liberate Europe from the Nazis.
Millions of tax dollars wrongfully given out as bonus.
There is a storm coming, an event like the world has never seen before. The emerging event will have little to do with weather, but more about developing situations that were foreseen many years ago. We have always warned you during severe weather and news events that affected many. Now, Channel 1 Atlanta begins a new series to warn you about what's coming soon and make sure you are prepared. Join us on a new journey, as according to a recent survey, a lot of people believe we are living in the last days. Current news events show us now more than ever. In history, time is setting the stage for the coming storm. A new series, now playing only on Channel 1 Atlanta.
Again, a confirmed tornado on the ground in downtown Conyers. It's a very dangerous and life-threatening weather event. Get into the interior section of your house, away from windows or a basement if you have. And there's the debris right there in the Millstead area near the Rockdale Medical Center. Right. Channel 1 Atlanta.